Hey, it's ClayTrader, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol CERU. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. While this here may look like several days worth of time, it's actually just today's price action broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like to do this time frame. I think does a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then makes mapping out where levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. Now, I don't mean to rub salt in the wounds or state the obvious, but rough day here for the bulls with a big gap down. But from a trading perspective, from a trading setup perspective, I should say, bulls showed some signs of strength here and have now created an interesting setup. And this will mean a little bit more to those of you that have traded for a while. So for those of you that have traded for a while, I'm sure you've seen stocks where the gap's down, and then after the gap down, it looks something like this, where the price just continues to bleed and bleed and bleed throughout the remainder of the day. But in our case here, that was not the case. The price actually went sideways, which is in and of itself a sign of strength given the context of things, you know, with a big gap down. Now, don't get me wrong, just because it went sideways, I'm not sitting here and saying that, therefore, it is guaranteed to bounce up to $2.50 tomorrow. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying because the prices, you know, went sideways instead of just bleeding and bleeding the remainder of the day, it has created, from a charting perspective and a trading perspective, an interesting little kind of viewpoint here. So as far as the key level of support that really stands out, that's right down here at $1.15. That's essentially as far down as the bulls could get. Yeah, the opening 30 minutes, the price went technically below there, but that didn't last very long. But then after that, you know, the bulls did do a good job of holding there. So whenever the price got right around that $1.15-ish area, give or take a few pennies, there was proven to be buyers down there. Now, are those buyers guaranteed to be there tomorrow? You know, that's not how charts work, and no such thing as a guarantee. But as it stands right now, people are willing to buy at $1.15, and therefore that's created, you know, a potential bottom here. Now, obviously, tomorrow, if the price crashes down through $1.15 on huge volume, all right, well, that wasn't any sort of true bottom. It was just a little temporary bottom before the bears, you know, kind of regain their momentum. But as it stands right now, you know, it's not illogical at all to say, hey, maybe this is some sort of bottom before a bounce. Now, on the event of a bounce, I should say, in the event of a bounce, where are some of these potential hurdles at? In my mind, it's essentially all about a single level right now, and that's right there at about $1.40. If any sort of bounce is going to happen and really gain enough momentum to, you know, bring in more eyeballs, bring in more traders, and then get some organic momentum built, in my mind, $1.40 is going to be that hurdle that needs to be crossed. And it's going to need to happen, you know, on not massive volume, but a good chunk of volume. So key battleground going into this upcoming few days in regards to is this bounce going to get started is definitely at $1.40. So if the bulls have any chance at kind of setting off scanners and getting other traders interested to check it out, a high volume break of $1.40, in my opinion at least, is going to be that key point. So interesting setup. We'll see what happens with it tomorrow. One of the most popular questions I get is, hey, Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together this free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then by all means, click right there. You get access to the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point. And like I say, it is free. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.